Hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Kalyan. I'm a product manager at Google, and I'm here to talk to you about how we can build AI products that people will love. Before we dive in, let's first talk about what is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is a technology that enables machines to mimic human intelligence and human cognitive functions like learning and problem solving. Machine learning is a subset of AI that allows systems to learn and adapt without following explicit instructions by using algorithms and statistical models to analyze and draw inferences from patterns in the data. Lastly, another term you might have heard is deep learning. Deep learning is a further subset of machine learning that uses artificial neural networks designed to mimic the way the human brain processes information. They usually have multiple layers to analyze the data, and hence the word deep learning. Now, AI is all around us, whether it be when you're listening to music through YouTube or Spotify, or watching a TV show on Netflix. Large language models are transforming these recommendation systems, and they are helping address a wide variety of challenges in the space. For example, LLMs can leverage their vast knowledge base to provide recommendations for new users or items with limited interaction data, thus mitigating the cold start problem. Now, LLMs are also evolving how users interact with recommendation engines. Conversational interfaces are becoming increasingly popular, enabling users to engage in natural language dialogues to refine their preferences and also receive more tailored suggestions. In the world of creativity, there's a seismic shift driven by rapid enhancements in artificial intelligence, specifically generative AI. Generative AI has rapidly become one of the most sought after AI technologies in recent times. These algorithms are used to create fresh content in the form of audio, code, images, text, simulations, and even videos. It employs a machine learning model to recognize patterns and connections within human generated content and utilize these learned patterns to generate fresh content. There are now a flurry of AI tools that are capable of generating everything from stunning images, realistic videos, to engaging podcasts and even personalized music, all purely from a text input. It's also revolutionizing the world of transportation. Deep learning makes fully autonomous cars a reality. The architecture enables cars to learn from their experiences and adapt to real-time situations without human intervention. Self-driving cars take information from its highly detailed maps, understand the real world around them, the people, the objects that surround them, predict where they might go, and uses AI to plan the best course of action to take. This is particularly important because it is impossible for software engineers to write programs that cover every variable or driving situation a car might face. In fact, you can say deep learning is solely responsible for the evolution of cars from driver assist technologies to fully autonomous vehicles. AI has also been transforming agriculture. AI can help farmers get greater yields on the same amount of land. Deep learning applications are using data from drones and satellites to not only predict crop outputs, but also to monitor global water levels to help detect crop diseases before they even spread. AI can predict the weather and potential impact of conditions such as wind, rainfall, or impending drought. Using multimodal AI, which combines several types of data, farmers can be advised about what to plant, when to plant it, when to fertilize, when to harvest, and also many other recommendations. They're also being used for less complex tasks, such as sorting good produce from bad produce in farms. This was demonstrated by Makoto Koike in Japan, who made use of Google's open sourced network TensorFlow to sort cucumbers. AI is changing the entire healthcare operating models, starting with early diagnosis, drug discovery, personalized medical advice powered by AI, and several more. One of the major changes brought about by AI is the shift from mere treatment of diseases, the reactionary mindset, to a treatment that focuses on diagnosing illnesses at an early stage or sometimes even before they occur, the preventative mindset. Advancements in AI have resulted in early detection of diseases through the use of deep learning to analyze huge amounts of data and recognize patterns. Until recently, the sample data that was used was the general population, and this helped detect common diseases. However, now doctors have started using a patient's own medical record to find out if they are at risk of developing a rare disease. Overall, we have expanded the use of AI across several different fields. But as we do that, it has also exposed the vulnerabilities and potential challenges when using AI. For example, there are cases where AI systems could have gender bias, or there are privacy concerns with the data the AI is trained on. So, how should we be approaching when building products with AI so that we can make it equitable and safe and build something that users will love? And that'll be the focus of our talk today. Enter human-centered AI. Human-centered AI is an approach to AI development that puts humans at its core, influencing every stage of the development, evaluating the ethical impact on people and society, and intended to augment human capabilities than replace it. It moves away from this notion of AI development that focuses solely on technical performance and instead emphasizes how AI can improve human lives. So instead of asking the question, can we use AI to do XYZ? Start with, how might we solve a human problem? And can AI help solve this in a unique way? Human-centered AI has a few core principles, starting with user-centered design. The idea here is that AI products should be built around the needs and experiences of real people. Think, how can we deeply understand our users and translate their needs into actionable design decisions? The second key principle is human agency and control. AI should empower humans, and users should have meaningful control over the AI systems. Think, how do we build in user control and ensure that they understand the system's actions? The third principle is fairness and equity. AI systems should treat all users fairly and avoid biases that can lead to discrimination. AI must be designed to promote equitable outcomes for everyone. So how can we proactively identify and mitigate biases in our data and algorithms to ensure fairness for all users? The next one is transparency and explainability. AI decisions should be understandable and transparent to users. Users deserve to know why an AI system makes a particular recommendation or takes a specific action. So how can we make the logic behind our AI systems clear and accessible to all users? And last but not least, privacy and security. User data must be protected and used responsibly. AI systems should be designed with privacy and security at its heart. How can we minimize data collection and implement robust security measures to safeguard user privacy? That is the key to this last but important principle. Now let's talk about what we as product managers can do to apply these principles in the AI products that we build. Note, this is not meant to be a comprehensive list, but instead treat this as a simple primer on how we can apply these principles in a hypothetical scenario. So let's start with a hypothetical example, and then we'll talk through some scenarios. Say we have an app called PetPal, which lets you upload a photo of your pet, a dog or a cat, and helps you identify their breed. Now, before we dive into the app and the scenarios, the first step is to understand the user. Start with these questions. What is the user problem we are trying to solve? Who are your users? How can we solve this problem? And lastly, can AI help solve it in a unique way? So center your focus on the user and the user problem you're trying to solve, and then AI is a toolkit to help you solve it. To help you understand the user research is a very handy tool. User research can help you understand the user needs, their frustrations, concerns early on in the product lifecycle. Involving users throughout the development process, all the way from initial concept to testing and to iterating and arriving at the right solution, is extremely important. This can help you build a robust product that is powered by AI that at the end of the day can help delight users, and one they can also trust. Now let's jump into some scenarios. Starting with Sarah. Sarah is a new dog owner. She uploads a picture of her mixed breed puppy to PetPal. PetPal identifies it as a purebred Labrador, which, as Sarah knows, is incorrect. So what could we have done differently in this situation? We can build explainable AI features. Transparency is key and can be achieved in a few different ways. You can start with labeling a feature first when it is powered by AI to make it clear to the user that this is a feature that is powered by AI and hence the expectations that come with it. We can also build in features to clearly convey the level of certainty when it comes to the AI prediction. So in this case, we can add a UI feature that displays the AI's confidence level in the breed prediction. Something like, we are 50% confident that it is a purebred Labrador. In addition, we can also add explainable AI features where we incorporate the explanations of the AI decision where possible. For example, here we can say something like, based on the puppy's coat and build, it resembles a Labrador. However, other breeds may be present. This has become even more possible with the reasoning models available in the market today. Let's move on to the second scenario. We have David, who's hesitant to upload photos of his cat because he's worried about his data being shared. So David has a rare breed cat, and he's concerned with the history of pet napping in this area that the data could be misused. To avoid these scenarios, how can we prioritize data privacy and security? Advocate for collecting only the data that is absolutely necessary for the product's functionality. Challenge data collection requests and ask, is this data truly essential? The goal is to minimize the amount of data you collect so that you are able to power the feature you need to effectively, also not collect too much data other than needed. Champion clear and concise privacy policies that explain how data is collected, used, stored, and shared. Advocate for robust user controls that allow users to manage their data and privacy settings. In this example, giving some options for David to opt in to share certain pieces of data, and also giving the control to later delete it. Those could be great ways to get David comfortable to using the app. You can also work with data scientists and engineers to implement techniques that remove or obscure personally identifiable information, or PII. This is a great way to ensure that PII doesn't leak into your models and then gets exposed. Let's move on to scenario 3. Here, Maria uploads photos of her rare breed dog, but PetPal seems to consistently misidentify it. Maria starts to lose trust in PetPal. Here, we can implement ways to detect biases and mitigate them. Training data is at the heart of AI models. Advocate for collecting data from a wide range of sources and demographics to represent the target user base accurately. Question the data sources. Where did this data come from? Who does it represent? And who's missing? Regularly audit training data for potential biases related to sensitive attributes. So in this example, it could be things like species, or if your training data includes breeds that are popular only in a certain country or locality. Color is another sensitive attribute. So these could be the things that you can look out for in auditing your training data, which you can then address. You can also evaluate model performance across these sensitive slices, which will allow you to further detect any biases in your models. In terms of in-app feedback, you can integrate feedback forms and rating systems directly into the product. You can provide contextual feedback prompts based on user interactions. For example, a thumbs up or thumbs down action for AI-generated output to indicate a good response or not. So in this example, we can add a field. Was this identification correct? With options such as yes, no, or partially, so that Maria can click no and subsequently can be prompted to enter the green name. The good thing is, this can also help us identify the gaps in our training data and further incorporate it into it so that we can have a more diverse training data and a richer model. The last scenario is Alex, who's uploading a data of a rescue dog with unclear breed characteristics and looking to find out what breed it is. Now, in this case, PetPal is unsure. The model doesn't have good certainty about what to predict. So this is a case where human AI collaboration can come in handy. Ensure that users retain meaningful control over their AI system, particularly in situations where the AI is uncertain. For example, the app recognizes that Alex's case is uncertain, so we can subsequently prompt him to provide additional information that are relevant, such as size, weight, temperament, etc., which could help us arrive at a more certain response for Alex's query. Also, design systems that leverage the unique strengths of both humans and AI, recognizing that they excel at different tasks. Community, for example, is inherently human. So think of ways we can leverage the broader community within the app to learn from, and also improve the models so that we can reduce this uncertainty in the future. Overall, keeping these principles in mind, you can build AI products that are centered on humans and that benefit both the society and your business. Doing so lends you several benefits. It offers you increased user satisfaction. Users are more likely to adopt and trust AI systems that are designed with their needs in mind. It also improves your product success. User-centric AI products are more likely to achieve their goals and deliver value to users, and as such, to your business. Differentiate your products in the market by offering a superior user experience on top of your AI models. This can become your competitive advantage. And lastly, and most importantly, positive social impact. Create AI systems that have a positive impact on society by enhancing human lives and addressing real-world challenges. To close this out, human-centered AI is not just a buzzword. It's a fundamental principle for building successful and ethical AI systems. Embrace HCAI principles in your own work. Prioritize user needs, focus on ethical considerations, and strive to create AI systems that truly unlock human potential. That's everything I have for you. Thank you for joining this talk today and hope you find it useful. Until next time.